And let's see if we can give Natasha some help. Hi, Natasha.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Fine.
So what's your question about Ocho Cinco?
I don't know. I just want to be on a show. So I went to RealityWanted and filled out the application, and they told me to just follow the procedure of calling the radio station.
So do you have any burning question? Because we have a casting director, Sarah Monson, with us, and she can probably give you some good advice. What's the big question that you do have, though, about getting on the show? What are you most curious about that you think you need help with?
How do you just, gain when all the negativity is coming at you while you're on the show? How do you just, take control of yourself and just be okay, I came here for this, and don't lose focus on what you're doing?
Good question.
That is a good question. I think, once you get cast on the show, you just have to stay true to who you are and, kind of just believe in yourself. If you're really on the show to find love with said Ocho, you can just focus on that. But, you look at the people on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and it turns into catfights, and it turns into kind of building, getting camera time and everything like that, and that is why people watch reality TV, so there's a bit of that to it. But, I think that, first you have to get cast, and to do that, you just need lots of energy and, just be ready to, go forth and, show the world who you are and why we should love you and why Ocho should love you, and then, just stay true to yourself.
Natasha, why should Ocho love you?
It's more than one reason. I'll be healed now.
All right, look, as the principal of the New York Reality TV School, I have to tell you, Natasha, that answer is not going to work. That's not going to work because everybody tries to avoid and play a game and be flirtatious. The casting directors, they want a real answer. So I'm going to ask you one more time. What is it about you that will make Ocho fall in love with you?
I just consider myself to be different from any other individual. I'm talented. I'm pretty. I'm outgoing. I'm in school. I have a lot going for myself, and I feel like I have a lot to offer.
Okay, all that is good, but it's general. You need to be more specific, right? Am I right, Sarah?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a dime a dozen. Unfortunately, you need to know what makes you stand out. And you turn it up 10 notches. I can tell you're probably a very sweet girl, but when you're on TV, you're in a little box, and so you need to really let your personality shine. And if you can't do that at the audition, then you'll have a harder chance of getting on the show.
So you can't be so, you're kind of shy, you don't want to brag a little bit, but you got to brag a little bit, Natasha. You got to let it all out. What are you going to school for?
Criminology.
Ah,
oh, wow.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Okay, Natasha, what's better? I go to school, or I go to school for criminology. What tells me more about you? Criminology. Do you have any particular area in criminology that you're working in? All right.
Guess not.
She's working in anonymous hang-ups. That's what she's working in. Okay. Well, hopefully she'll take that information. We got another caller. It's okay. We keep the flow going. We're with Sarah Monson, and we are going to line 2. Josh. Hey, how are you doing, Josh?
Hey, Sarah?
Hi.
I have a question about, I understand that as part of your casting, you were actually doing some self-casting for finding the perfect hookup, and I was wondering, what you were looking for in the perfect hookup.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm going to just clarify if the audience doesn't know that while Sarah was out there casting on these dating shows, she would skim the hot guys off the top for herself instead of recruiting them for the shows. Naughty, naughty.
I know. I was a single girl. I'm married now, so I'm off the market. But back then, it was just, I got paid to go out at night and pick up guys. It was the greatest job ever.
I'd love to hear that. Only if more women had that point of view, right, Josh?
Yeah.
Oddly, my criteria was the ones that didn't want to go on the show were generally the ones I was more attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't looking for a guy that was seeking any sort of fame or notoriety or anything like that. But there were plenty of them, so I had my pick of the litter. So
How did you cast your husband?
Well, we actually met on a blind date, but we didn't meet, so it was kind of through the filter of reality shows, but it wasn't on a reality show. I wasn't picking him up per se. It was after I had cast the first season of Foursome, and I was just completely kind of grossed out by guys after that show. So
how long were you in that casting racket?
Wait, and well, before you get to that, did you ever cast and get lucky?
Well,
come on.
Yeah, well, come on, you know. If I was trying to cast you for the show, how would you answer?
What was that? If I was going to cast them for the show?
Well, no. if we were doing a casting call and the roles were reversed, and you said, well, you know, I would ask you, how did you cast, or did you get lucky? And you know, you get the point.
Well, you'll have to read my book. I have a lot of stories from the trenches per se. You know, sometimes it worked out, other times it was just a big old disaster. So. And
what kind of response are you getting so far from people in the business that are interested in your book?
Oh my God, people are really excited about it. They're like, I can't believe this hasn't been done yet. This is like the perfect romantic comedy movie. You know, just this crazy stories and all these bad dates tied up in a bow with true love at the end. So it was very sweet.
Josh, does it sound appealing to you? Would you read that? Is that a bedtime story for you?
It sounds very appealing to me. I just want to. Well, actually, I guess what I want to find out, if it's the romantic comedy, you know, I guess we'd have to find out, you know, who she, all the guys she went through, and then, you know, find out. I guess the husband's surprised.
Exactly.
That's the big surprise.
Yeah, I have a few teasers on my blog. You know, just a few little trysts I had with some quasi-famous people and some weirdos, and you know, just a lot of fun things. So you can check that out.
Cool. Thanks for the call, Josh.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. I know that Josh would have been much happier had he heard that you were still single.
He sounded cute. He had a good voice.
He sounds cute. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get him to email a picture in just for fun. We got to take a short break. Will you stay with us?
Absolutely.
We'll come back after the break, talk more with Sarah Monson. We got another phone call in from St. Louis, so stick with us, phone caller. We'll be back in a couple of minutes on Robert Galinskys' Reality Wanted. Shout out to Mark Yowitz from RealityWanted.com. Let's go.